Good morning, MN12 enthusiasts. Here's the latest project. This is a 93 Super Coupe. It's an automatic. We picked up this car and the next stop for this thing was the junkyard. So we've added some selective custom figures to it. It already had the matte black dip done to it, and of course it hasn't been maintained. She's been neglected pretty good. That's why we figured this would be about the perfect addition to it. She was in decent shape when we first got it. Then of course Junior cleaned off the lower moldings here, and of course kissed the mailbox here. Tried to fix it, make it right, but we figured, that's good enough. We'll leave it. Gives the car some personality. Cobra R wheels, nothing fancy. A lot of rust. Rocker panels are gone. So we decided to have some fun with it. Nice complete center console there. I think we had 120,000 miles on it now, give or take. All stock. Nothing done to it at all for mods, except this. Show you the details of what we did. The thought was just something simple that would get some attention. That's all it is. This was not about horsepower or performance. We just wanted to see if we could make this happen and make it work. Like I said, it's a stock 3.8 V6 supercharged. It's on the stock tune. We have the original setup for the serpentine pulley or serpentine belt. The air conditioning will still work. I just need to lengthen the connector for the clutch. Original MAF, and we set that up draw through as per one of the tuning gurus for Thunderbirds. Thank you, David. Cold side, that was just made of scrap aluminum 3-inch tubing. Did the best with what we had. Stock throttle body. I'll do my best to get you the details here, guys, but what we did on the inlet plenum, we mended the stock Super Coupe inlet and return plenum, basically chopped off the bottom flanges and welded. See if I can get my camera down in here. I don't think that's going to work, I'm sorry. But welded the inlet flange to the return plenum, and of course relocated our vacuum lines there. You can see my main vacuum down here for the brake booster. I did have to cut the firewall for the throttle linkage. Do not have the cruise control cable hooked up. I just did not have enough room there. So if we do this again, we'll plan that out a little better, move this plenum forward. I was back too far, probably 2 or 3 inches. I ended up deleting, that was hooked up to my PCV. Unfortunately, we didn't plan it out too well for the oil drain. Again, this was a simple, quick build here, guys. I ran the oil drain. It's a stock 6-liter drain. Just ran it through the hose down here right into the valve cover. And when we did that, we lost the function of our PCV. Found out when we drive this thing and we start making boost, it'll overpressurize the crankcase and blow oil out the dipstick there. So to remedy that, we just plugged off the vacuum line to the PCV and installed a filter on the fill cap. This is a stock 6.0 Power Stroke diesel turbocharger. It's a GT 3782, I believe. And we went with this because there was a lot of these made. There's a lot of tech support. I think they came out in, oh geez, early 2000s, 2003, 2004, give or take. There's a lot of these made, a lot of tech support online for these things. And the real neat part about it is it has the variable geometry, so I figured we might be able to use that to regulate the boost. It's a stock power stroke Y pipe or up pipe. Of course, we just added our custom flex pipe to it. I know I said I wasn't going to show you these welds, but here I am. Yeah, that one's terrible, but everything actually seals up. I can't believe it. It's a stock 6-liter down pipe. Just had to chop it off and tighten that angle a little bit so I could clear our firewall. Of course, I had to cut the cowling. Again, this is a hack job, guys, and I know this, so don't give me too much crap. It's an aftermarket oil feed adapter, just to an AN. Ran the hose down off of my stock oil pressure switch. Just teed it. Again, nothing fancy. Didn't have to cut the wire harness at all. Was able to unravel it and relocate where we needed. Let me see if I can illustrate this. There's been a few people who were very concerned with heat. And keyed off the turbo into the intake manifold. Let me see if this works. Let me try flipping this over like so. Just wanted to try and illustrate how much space is underneath this turbo. We intentionally mounted it up high because we wanted to get the attention and stick it out the hood. But we have 2-inch spacers underneath the mounting lugs here. There's some good ones right there. So there's the mount for the turbo. There's our spacers. I'm using the original Supercharger mounting lugs on the intake manifold. Just made a little bracket and used the original blower bolts to secure it. So there is a really good amount of space underneath here. I tried to space everything as far away as I could. The pictures or the video probably doesn't do you any justice, but it's a decent amount away from the fuel lines, and of course rerouting the vacuum lines. Try to keep everything away from the heat. You consider the hole in the hood. I'm going to take a ballpark guess that it won't be too bad. Here's the other side of the mount. I need to finish this one up. It's basically laying on there on that bracket. Of course, the wire harness is kind of in the way. Here's the other lug. Really very simple, basic install here, guys. I don't think there's much more to it besides the hot side on the bottom. Took the stock manifold, stock O2 sensors, stock down pipes, just modified of course, but did a U-bend on this left side and just came straight back up. This is our left side pipe. The right side runs down the down pipe underneath the transmission bell housing and then up right here. And it is a tight squeeze. That was not touching when I ran it yesterday, so I need to secure those. Yes, my brake line is touching. We'll get that squared away. It is a tight squeeze down in there. Going to add some heat wrap. Driving it yesterday, this cap flipped around and melted there a little bit. No big deal. Funny thing about it with this cheap flex pipe, driving it yesterday, the back pressure actually made these stretch out quite a bit, and you'll see what I mean when I get underneath the car. And there's all the lovely rust. That pipe was originally straight across. She expanded that much. Got a big droop in it now, so we need to shorten that up. And honestly, in the long run here, I plan to install some hard pipe. There's a left bank, just a big U-bend in it. It goes right up. Give me all the crap you want about those welds. They are terrible. But again, they actually seal up. Can't believe it. Really very simple. Not ideal. Streetable, maybe, maybe not. I think I covered about everything here, guys. She makes really good boost. It pegs the needle. I need to work on controlling the boost and playing with the variable geometry. See if I can get it to spool up a little faster. First gear is nothing crazy. It just starts to build boost at the end of first gear. When it hits second gear, it just pegs the needle in a heartbeat. It builds on so fast, it's insane. Take it for a drive here pretty quick, and I'll share the results with you guys.